Disney is dying, and it is dying at a significant rate. Whether it may be the movies flopping one after another, or the empty theme parks due to the high ticket prices and the ridiculous amount for mediocre food. It is all going downhill for them, and I love watching Disney destroying themselves. The destruction of Disney is far more entertaining than anything they have produced since Endgame.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I wanted to talk about the recent downfall of the movies and the TV shows that they had released on their own Netflix, aka Disney Plus. And what a wonderful accessory it turned out to be in their arsenal. And let me be honest, when Disney announced their TV shows, I actually watched some of them. Like Winter Soldier and Falcon, Hawkeye, Loki, etc. But when I saw how stupid some of the things were,
You have to stop calling them terrorists.
There were still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
I was turned off. It was like waiting for a Tinder date who seems hot in their bio, and it turned out to be a dude who identified as a hot chick.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
The downfall of Disney has been going on for many years, but recently the effects of this are pretty huge. People are less likely to take their family to kids' movies, or even the adults are straight out ignoring the latest piece of shit from one of the beloved IP, MCU. By the end of Endgame, when Kevin Feige announced more female superheroes will come to the MCU, this led to the opening of a Pandora's box of worst TV shows and the movies. And before typing I am a misogynist or hate women, do know the fact that I really like Black Widow in Winter Soldier and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and I'm a huge fan of Ripley and Sarah Connors. And they both are the badass women because they were written as a strong character who happens to be a woman. My point is that don't make a female movie or a show where females are there to check the boxes. Make them so that you can tell a great story of a character who happens to be a woman. And in this modern era, most of them don't even know
What is a woman? Can you tell me that?
a female-led superhero movie despite making $1 billion because it was shoehorned between the most anticipated movie. The sequel of Captain Marvel, which was changed to The Marvels, flopped because no one wanted to see a sequel to a character they don't like, or the Black Widow movie, which was a disgrace to Scarlett's character. This movie should have been released in the initial phase of MCU, and I didn't like it because I didn't find the story compelling, the utter butchering and gender swap of Taskmaster.
I am disgusted.
And the fact was, Helena was more interesting than the main character.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
And the awful CGI. How they saw this and say, yep, this is good enough for a $200 million movie.
Wait, what?
The Ironheart show, which has completed its filming and is set to release in 2025. But I doubt that many people are excited about this, including me. I don't want to watch a bootleg version of Iron Man, which in fact looked like a rejected version of Power Ranger.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And let's come to Echo, a show that nobody asked for. It was all released at once, as they have realized that it's better to end the suffering in one go rather than delaying the inevitable. And the best show that I have ever witnessed, She-Hulk, the epitome of modern writing.
So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
The charismatic lead,
Because I'm better than you?
and the pandering of the message throughout the show was all that the modern audience want. Not only the badly written female-led movies and shows have faced the wrath of audience, but also the project like Multiverse of Madness, where Doctor Strange was sidelined in his own movie, or Nick Fury in Secret Invasion. They have all met the same fate. The only movies that I love post Endgame were No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, because they are entertaining as hell and have a lot of nostalgia. Disney did not only manage to kill their one golden goose, but two. After buying the franchise, which was loved worldwide and was guaranteed to make banks, somehow they fumbled that too. The Force Awakens was a huge hit, as it was one of the most anticipated Star Wars movie in a decade, because it has some ideas and potential to be great. But the popularity of the new protagonist quickly declined after she turned out to be just another Mary Sue. Rogue One was good and unique, but after that I don't remember liking any of the Star Wars that Disney produced. The characters were all stupid and made stupid decisions. The Han Solo movie was not liked by fans. The Rise of the Skywalker was the worst conclusion to the Skywalker's name.
Ray Skywalker.
The Book of Boba Fett failed, Kenobi flopped, and the things which are not flopped are now now on a verge of being flopped in their next season. I have already made a video on why Star Wars is failing. I will link the video down below for more context. And with both beloved IPs falling on their faces, Disney's live action and animation follows the same path. Animation was the foundation on which the Disney empire stands on. But nowadays, no one gives a fuck about Disney's animation. Even with Pixar, Disney has lost their audience who love this medium. The animation style has remained the same with a generic Pixar character with 3D looks with realistic lighting. And the story has become bland and there are just surge of sequels and spin-offs of the popular animated movies. Other studios like DreamWorks are adapting the new animation techniques with 2D elements with 3D styles. And they are making much more hits with their much lower budgets. But Disney is just going on with the tried and tested animation which are flopping again and again and again. And not to mention their colossal budget. How the hell do these movies cost this much? And speaking of flops, let's see the world of Disney's live action. In 2020, Mulan was released, where the fantastical element like Mushu was removed because they wanted a story to have realism. And they managed to do the realistic portrayal of Mulan with supernatural abilities like flying, jumping, kicking things in air. What the fuck? And not to mention the stiff acting from the lead actress, which gave a proper portrayal of the modern day girl boss, just stoic and devoid of human emotions. And from the land of China, we came all the way from the waters of Atlantis with Little Mermaid, one of the most debated casting during its production, and rightly so, because she doesn't even look the part of Ariel.
You are racist.
Anyway,
With no luscious red hair, no big blue eyes, and no fair skin, the director was like, hire her. She has the closest resemblance to Ariel. And please don't come at me saying that I hate black people. If you change Black Panther to a white guy, you will say it's a disrespect to their culture while knowing that it's a fictional universe. So why not respect the Danish culture from where the story is originated from? A place where the majority of the people happens to be white. You are not respecting the Danish culture in this movie, then why should I? I hate this type of hypocrisy. And to change the ending of the movie from Prince killing Ursula to Ariel killing her is the cherry on the top we need to undo the patriarchy that the first one had. Most modern remakes are made just to protect their precious IPs. And the IP which started the whole Disney empire, Snow White, is getting a live action remake. No! And we got an insufferable Gen Z
Weird.
who somehow looks same as Lord Farquaad. Her name is Sandy Brown and she is the alternate version of Snow White, whose skin is not white as snow. Instead,
The fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just.
What?
And who can become a fantastic leader.
what kind of logic is that? The story has been changed from a love story to a hero's journey, where she can be the leader her father wants her to be. Madam, we already have that movie. It's called Snow White and the Huntsman, and in this movie, Snow White is actually white, and the movie was good. Disney, I would have to applaud you for hiring an actress who captures the aura of Snow White.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
My god, I just want to pierce my eardrums whenever I hear her speak. The smugness, the way of talking, and the utter disrespect for her co-worker, this just give a narcissistic vibe.
If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed on.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Hope she maintained this attitude until her film is released. I think Disney tried to discipline her, as you can see in this interview.
The cartoon is so beloved. It's like a monumental moment in film history.
This is roughly after 1 year when she made this remark.
The cartoon was made 85 years ago. It's extremely dated.
She has done an irrefutable damage to her image, and I think no one is going to believe her after the smugness and the disrespectfulness to the source material. This might be an epic disaster in making, and I will be there with my popcorn, not to watch this heap of garbage crumble, but to see this heap of garbage crumble. And make sure to check out this video on why Star Wars is failing, and let me know if you are going to watch the Lord Farquaad and the 7 Abominations, and I'm gonna meet you in the next one.